Welcome to your Material Properties module on surface finishes. This module introduces you to various types of wall, ceiling, and floor finishes used in residential construction. It includes basic surface finishes for wall and ceiling, as well as durable and decorative finishes like tiles and paintwork. It further deals with timber finishes and skirting and architraves. We don't need to know all these things in a lot of detail, but it is important to understand the purpose and the types or range of finishes that are applied in residential construction. The reading begins with identifying the difference between an inherent finish and an applied finish. This is probably the most important thing to understand. A lot of natural materials like timber, stone, brick, or glass can be used without doing any further work. However, greater attention is required at the time of construction to ensure that it is finished to a high level of detail. As opposed to that, an applied finish will allow you to cover the original material of construction as an existing background with the use of things like plaster or render or paint. While these make the process of construction easier, it also has ecological considerations and durability considerations as they might need to be updated from time to time. Within the context of the wall and ceiling finishes, pay good attention to the idea of a fair face finish, which is particularly used in things like brickwork, where it has to be identified what side of the brickwork would be a fair face. When plastering a wall, we will be dealing with the understanding of the different layers that go in, including the undercoats and finish coats, and the different types of materials that constitute the plastering process, such as lime, cement, or gypsum. Once again, the purpose of this reading is to try and understand the basic properties of these materials, their advantages and disadvantages, but you do not need to remember everything in high detail. Moving on from basic plaster, you will also look at plastering on timber, which will include the use of a lath. This could be a timber or a metal lath. But more importantly, a lot of current construction uses gypsum plasterboard. This is an important material to understand. It's important to understand the sizes and thicknesses. Of course, you do not need to remember these by heart, as we will be discussing them separately in your drawing exercises. However, gypsum is used in wall boards, in baseboards. Gypsum is also used as planks and lath. A series of diagrams and photographs will help you understand the different properties and application of these materials. Once we've looked at the general wall finish, you'll have to understand what a skirting is and what purpose it serves at the joint of the floor and the wall. Skirtings can be made out of timber or MDF, and in certain cases also of metal and tile, depending on how much weather bearing the surface requires. We finished this section with looking at architraves, which is a similar sort of protection for yet another joint around fenestrations, whether they're doors or windows. This is followed by a small section on tiling on walls. This would be an application of a tile as a material, as a protective surface to the wall. We're probably much more aware of painting as a surface finish, but we might not be aware of the different components as well as application process. So you should understand the difference between the use of a pigment, a binder or solvent, or a range of additives that are used in paints, and also recognize the different layering in the painting application process, including substrates, primers, undercoats, and finishing coats. The reading ends with finishing of timber surfaces. Once again, in a sense, a timber surface can be used directly as it is because of its inherent finish. However, these can be enhanced through the use of wood stains and varnishes and different oils and waxes to get a desired outcome. We finally end with wallpaper, which is the application of textured, durable paper material with the help of different types of adhesives onto the wall surface as a decorative surface finish. That's it for this module. See you in the next one. Thanks.